You don't understand money yet. Nobody tells you that. They just let you spend it. Every 2 weeks, a number appears in your account. You convert it into rent, food, a phone bill, a streaming service you forgot you have. The cycle resets. You never fall behind. You never move forward. You exist in perfect financial stillness. This is most people's entire relationship with money. It doesn't have to be yours. Level 1. You have nothing. You open a savings account. The kind your bank quietly offers with 0.01% annual interest. You feel responsible. You are not. Your bank is using your $2,000 to fund a $400 million commercial loan. The difference between what they earn and what they give you is the price of your financial ignorance. You find a high-yield account instead, 4.5% APY. You set up a $200 automatic transfer every month. You don't touch it. You forget it exists. At the end of year 1, you earned $89 in interest. You stare at that number. It feels like nothing. You are wrong. You didn't earn $89. You switched on a mechanism. You built a floor. And the floor, given enough time, becomes a ceiling no one else can reach. The machine is running. You just can't hear it yet. Level 2. You learn what money actually is. You open a brokerage account. You put in $500, index fund. You press confirm and immediately feel like you've made a mistake. You haven't. The S&P 500 has returned an average of 10.5% annually over the last 80 years. You know this now. You set up automatic dividend reinvestment. Every payout buys more shares instantly. You automate another $300 a month. Month 1, $500 invested, $1.40 in gains. Month 12, $4,100 invested, $190 in gains. Then the market drops 9% in a single week. Your portfolio loses $370 overnight. Your hand reaches for the sell button. You stop, you breathe, you put the phone face down, you hold. Someone online tells you that was the right move. You feel proud. You shouldn't need external validation for correct behavior. But you take it anyway. You type into a calculator, $300 monthly, 35 years, 10% return. The number that comes back is $1,100,000. Something inside you permanently changes. You stop seeing money as something to spend. You see it as something that works. Every dollar invested is a dollar that clones itself, silently. Every year, without rest, without asking for anything in return, you are an investor now, small but real. Level 3. You stop making rookie mistakes. You have $38,000 in index funds. You max out your Roth IRA, $7,000 a year, growing completely tax-free. You contribute exactly enough to your 401k to capture the full employer match, not a dollar less. Then, you read something that changes how you see fees forever. A 1% expense ratio on a $500,000 portfolio costs you $360,000 in lost compounding over 30 years. You check your current fund, 0.85% expense ratio. You switch to a Vanguard Total Market Fund at 0.03%. You never look back. A friend asks you what crypto to buy. You give the boring answer. Automate. Diversify. Don't touch it. He wants to hear about a coin. You tried that once. You know exactly what it cost you. Here is the thing no one explains clearly enough. Compounding doesn't grow in a straight line. It accelerates. The first $100,000 takes 8 years. The second takes 4. The third takes 2.5. At a certain point, your portfolio earns more in a single quarter than your annual salary. No one applauds that moment. There is no notification, no celebration, just a number in a spreadsheet on a Sunday evening that quietly rewrites your future. Building real wealth is invisible. It rewards patience with no signal and no audience. Level 4. The game changes. Your net worth crosses $400,000. You don't celebrate. You open a spreadsheet and recalculate. You move beyond simple index funds, municipal bonds for tax efficiency, REITs for real asset exposure. You stop measuring in annual returns and start thinking in decades. The calendar becomes irrelevant. You build the infrastructure around the wealth. 12-month emergency fund, insurance airtight, estate documents signed, beneficiaries listed correctly. People around you start calling you lucky. You let them. Then your net worth crosses $1.2 million. A door opens that was always there. You just didn't have the key. Under SEC regulations, you are now an accredited investor. The private market appears for the first time. A private equity co-investment arrives. $50,000 minimum. 5-year lockup. Projected IRR of 22%. You read every line of the offering documents. You wire $50,000. No hesitation. You enter a private credit fund. Senior secured loans at 12% floating rate. Quarterly distributions. Illiquid. You understand exactly what you're trading. Liquidity for yield. Most personal finance content never reaches this conversation. Above a certain threshold, the financial instruments change completely. You're not playing the same game anymore. The board is entirely different. It always was. It just required capital to access capital. Level 5. You become the architecture. The number is $6 million. You contact a family office wealth management firm. Minimum to enter, $5 million. They offer pre-IPO access, structured notes, hedge fund allocations closed to outside capital. Your effective tax rate this year is 11%. That is not an accident. It took 6 weeks to structure. Opportunity zones, charitable remainder trusts, stepped-up basis, a Delaware holding entity. All legal, all documented. The wealthy don't just have more money. They operate inside a completely different financial system. One that compounds differently, taxes differently, protects differently. This system was never hidden. It simply required a threshold to enter. Now you have entered it. Your children have 529 accounts funded at birth. At 7% over 18 years, each account grows to over $500,000 before they finish school. You are not building wealth anymore. You are building wealth that builds wealth for people who do not yet exist. At sufficient scale, compound interest stops being personal finance. It becomes structural power across time. You are not an individual anymore. You are a trust, a holding company, a mechanism. The foundation earns 7% annually. It distributes 5%. It retains 2%. That 2% re-enters principal. It grows forever. Your name is not on the building. The name on the building belongs to the trust. Compound interest does not just grow money. At scale and time, it converts capital into legacy. Somewhere right now, a 22-year-old opens a high-yield savings account, sets up a $200 automatic transfer, feels responsible, feels smart, has no idea what they just started. They will. The mechanism was always the point. It still is.